Hello everyone, Hourglass Eyes here. Today we're going to be talking about my kitsune rep. So I don't really think I want to call this a rep exactly. Excuse me. Because basically at this point there is nothing original to a replicant on here. So even though these handles are technically replicant handles, they're re-handles, and this is a reblade, and it's got different spacers. None of this would be original. There wasn't a donor rep. So I'm just gonna call this thing the kitsune. That's what the handles are called. So if we go by its most defining feature, we'll call it the kitsune. So how does it stack up against an actual BRS knife? So here I've got my Alpha Beast and my replicant. This one is my OG one. I featured this one on the channel all the time. This is my select. You know, it's got the dual tone blade there, the stonewash on the polished, yeah. The purple select. So this is a replicant, and this runs off the same system as that. So we'll go ahead and kind of kick that out of here for a minute. So, you know, right off the bat, the kitsune is actually a tad shorter in the blade department. Okay, blade tip on the normal rep, blade tip on the kitsune. So if I were to line them up like so, you see the regular replicant is a bit longer. Now, does that mean really anything for flipping wise? Not at all. In fact, with how tiny these handles are, this blade length actually works out perfectly. So these handles are quite thin, being full titanium handles, as compared to the G10 liner handles that a normal replicant is. So if I were to put them sideways, you can see maybe here, I'm in the shadow here, but yeah, kitsune, bit thinner. I'm going to line them up this way so you can see just how much thinner. Right about there. So it's about the width of a single scale, slimmer. And let's just kind of compare the ends of the handle here. You can see that towards the taper, the replicant handle is a slight bit wider too. But really, they're pretty close to about the same weight. They really don't feel that different. This just honestly feels like its own bally. And not in a bad way. It's actually in a very good way. I really like the way this feels. I don't know. I feel like if you like the Alpha Beast proportions, that's closer to what this is. In fact, we will drag my Alpha Beast out here so we can look. So, yeah, blade-wise, that's a much similar length. You know, if I line them up. In fact, that's actually almost tip to tip, the exact same. Yeah, handle gap is a little bit more. I think handle gap is more than a regular replicant too. That just might be because of the Frankenforge blade. Yeah. So lengthwise, these were about the same. Let's do like individual handle width comparison here. Because I want to say these are about the same too. Nope, maybe not. They are close, but the Alpha Beast is a little bit wider at the taper. But as far as how slim, as you can see, a lot closer on the Alpha Beast. Now, I have a thin Alpha Beast. This is a 3.0 thin. So, a thick Alpha Beast will probably be thicker than that. But this is what we're working with. So that's the comparison. Get a nice up close of that purple before I put this away. Yeah, I love this thing. So that's all good compared to a actual BRS knife, but how does this thing sound? So I've got this thing lubed up, as you can see, pretty freshly lubed actually. It's kind of like drizzling out a little bit. Might have gone a little bit liberal with the lube, so I'll wipe some of that off after we're done filming, but for now, yeah, it sounds good. So, what's the balance like on this thing? So, even though it's got faux channel spacers, this thing is quite neutral. I actually really like the balance of this thing. A little bit better than a normal rep. Its balance is a lot closer to my custom Alpha Beast. So, yeah, I quite like it. Now, a couple things. One of the things that I dislike, and this is just a nitpick thing. This has nothing against Firefox Factory. But the screws here, they kind of poke out a little bit. So you feel it with your thumb. Focus. There we go. See, they poke out. Some more than others. These ones down here are not so bad. The pivot screws, yeah, they stick out pretty bad. A nice up close of what the handle finish looks like. Just kind of like a raw finish, but honestly, I kind of like it. I considered getting this thing anodized, but I think I'll just leave it. I kind of like the raw tie with the acid wash blade here. It's good. Get up close to this blade here. Yeah, so you can see the finish of that. You can see all the oil I have on it right now. A nice hollow grind. Yeah, this thing came out great. So, other than that, I really like the way this thing flips. This isn't really like a review, because, I mean, what can I really say? It's basically a highly customized rep at this point. If you like a rep, I mean, then you'd probably like something like this, right? It's like it flips pretty much about the same as a rep. There's nothing fancy here, nothing changed. It's still a bushing system with Zen pins, with spacers, sandwich, blah, blah, blah. Just looks really sweet and has a different weight profile. So, I don't know. I'll have a little more in-depth video about this thing in a little while, but I just wanted to get it out there and show everybody. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, a like, and subscribe. All of that nonsense, blah-de-blah-de. And if you liked my new custom rep, go ahead and leave a comment down below about it. Tell me what you think, if you would change the blade, if you would anodize it, anything you would change. But so far, this is kind of going to become the new staple rep of my channel. This is like the hourglass thing now. So, as always, peace.